As we play here today, there's a storm raging across Luzon, but we expect a storm of our very own here on the Spikers turf at the Inares Sports Arena here in Pasig. We have two teams that are struggling to change their fortunes, and Ivy Remulla will explain that to us as we check the team standings later on. And we got a delicious one at 6 o'clock. FEU goes up against Crisscross in what could be a very huge battle for those two teams. The format is so important. Teams are trying to catch up here, Ivy.
That's right. So every game moving forward is important as the first, because as we know, there's only 4 teams moving on to the next round.
And in our next round, we will have a guest team as well. Take a look at the updated team standings after Martelli's win earlier today.
So finally, Martelli gets a win in that win column with a match against Chichi earlier this afternoon. But take a look at the standings for the two teams competing for today. We have VNS and Iloilo the Navigators. Of course, VNS still has a chance to move into the next round. However, their chances are still dependent, of course, on the teams at the top of the standings. The Navigators, on the other hand, their chances of moving on to the next round is very, very slim at this time.
Exactly. And now let's review some of the previous games of our two contestants here today. VNS won against Chichi last November 13.
It was a 3-set victory for VNS. However, it was not an easy 3 sets, especially in set number 2. It was very tight, 27-25. The third set was as tight as well, 25-20. But VNS managed to secure that win and was able to overcome Chichi, who's remained winless at this time. And VNS was able to secure an easy win because of very excellent defense at the net. 10 big block points against Chichi.
And in the last meeting, there was a player that was outstanding. Maybe not as many points as the others, but significant nonetheless.
That's right, and we are talking about this young man right here, Julius How Arcilio, who scored. He was definitely a big factor in that last match against Chichi. He's a very young player, young middle blocker. He's actually the best middle blocker in the PNVF under 18 and also a part of the roster of the Alas under 18. So a lot of promise for this young gentleman right here who scored 10 points in that game, 3 from attacks, 6 from blocks, and also 1 point from the service line.
Mukhang masipag mag-block, ano? 6 agad yung blocks more than the attack points. On the other side of the floor, we'd like to check on the previous game of the Navigators, who today will be without JB Sumagaysay, who is with his family as there was a death in the family. We express our condolences, but he's hoping that the Navigators will win here today. This was what happened previously.
That's right. For Iloilo, the Navigators was defeated in straight sets by Signal. And although, again, this was another match, while it ended up only in 3 sets, the second and third set was a very, very tight set, particularly the third set, where the Navigators managed to extend that 26-24. And overall, Signal has been dominant in all of the scoring areas. And what the Navigators just had to improve in that match, could probably have extended it to more than 3, was the number of errors that they have committed.
Ako, suspecha ko itong si Vince Himson, inspired yung kanyang parents kay Vince Himson. Wala, suspecha ko lang, but he's carving his own name because he's quite a spiker, and this is what he did against Signal last time around.
Well, he has been playing very inspired lately. Vince Himson has been the go-to person, has been producing the points for his team, and the last year's Invitational Conference MVP has definitely proven why he was given that title. And he shined against Signal with 9 points, 6 from attacks, and 3 from blocks.
With the magic of television, Ivy and I disappear, and all of a sudden, Jerry Medina will take over and pose a question for all of you.
That's right, Sir Seb. Earlier, we posted a question for you streaming on the Pilipinas Live app. Right below your screen, we asked, which middle blocker will pile up the blocks? Is it Julius Jao Arcilio or Vince Himson? You can also join the conversation online by using the official hashtag #SpikersTurf. And you can also visit our Facebook and Instagram pages. Now catch more volleyball action right after this gap.
Presenting our national officials of this match. First referee, Mr. Orlindo Eusebio. Second referee, Mr. Patrick Castillo. Calling on the starting lineup. First for VNS Griffins. Let's start with their team captain at number 8, CJ Segui. Wearing jersey number 5, Roderick Medino. At number 7, Justin Yatko. Jersey number 13, Jao Arcilio. Number 17, Ken Dainata. At 18, Titus Villacruzes. Starting libero number 2, Joshua Cruz. With their head coach, Mr. Ralph Ocampo. Now let us welcome the Navigators, Iloilo. Calling on their team captain at number 6, J.M. Apolinario. Wearing jersey number 2, Kyle Villamor. At number 10, Steven Santa Maria. Jersey number 14, Rasner Sidic. Number 18, Mads Gampon. At 25, Vince Himzon. Starting libero is number 1, Rick Adam. With their head coach, Mr. Rizalito Del Moro.
And
This
we
is
are
match
just about
number-
ready to put the ball into play. Our two referees, referees Eusebio and Castillo. Eusebio is at the top. I look at the starting 14 players who will start off here today.
Right, so pretty much it's the same starting lineup here for VNS. And likewise for the Navigators. So this is going to be a pretty interesting matchup because as we know, VNS is still in the running. All the wins in the remaining games is very important and very crucial for them.
Yeah.
Plus, of course, the standings of the teams that are above them. So the teams in closer standings to VNS, of course, VNS would hope that they're not successful in their succeeding games to give them a higher opportunity. And for the Navigators, while they're out of the running, of course, what the best way you would want is to be the spoiler, for the standings
I guess
here.
so that will be one role you want to play. They're clumped together at the bottom with Martelli that won finally today. Chichi so far winless in 8 starts. We have the first point already on our board.
Attack error from Himzon.
Now you want to keep your players sharp, seasoned, and I'm sure Coach Del Moro will try to do that even without a full deck here today. And here goes the serve. Santa Maria will be doing that. Yako will set. Perfectly done, but dug up cleanly by Espanso. And the back row unable to contain the heat.
There's a powerful hit from the pipe.
Kung minsan yung mga hataw na yan, pag yung back row, sinusubukan mo gano'ng kalakas pumalo yung mga yan. Kung kaya bang putuhin yan, kaya bang... Si Ann, bigla kaming binalik sa isang century ng volleyball. Ginamit yung salitang puto.
Probably the younger players are not very familiar, Pero
yeah.
yung pinakamasarap na feeling di ba?
Yeah,
Pagka
yung-
talagang
Hinataw, tapos na-dig mo, tapos yung malakas, you can say, puto.
with conviction pa yun, di ba?
Yes. Our referee is very strict about discipline in the corner. 3-1 tally here, and that won't last very long. It's now 3-2.
Of course, the VNS sporting a much younger lineup.
Yes. Ito yung youth team nila eh.
Oh,
Ito yung nakita natin most of them in the PNBF tournament, the under-18 tournament. And now you will have Roderick Medino all set to serve. He's very tall. It's actually 6'3". Doesn't look like that on TV, but he is. Here's a good set. Oh, nicely done. William Moore hammers that down. Watch this.
Good strong hit over or in between the blockers.
Yes. Found a way to get through that small street as Spanso stretches for it. Here, I thought he'd go to Villamor. Did they make it? It's long. It's a check ball nonetheless. So that'll make the count 5-3 here in the... Oh, should it be 4-all? It's 4-all, yes. My mistake. 4-all po tayo.
Gampong able to score a point for the Navigators.
Regalo. Tumalsik kay Norsidik. Yatko close to the net. Goes to the pipe. The drop. It's on the ground. And Espanso half a foot away from it. Watch this.
It was very smart, of course.
VNS all set to serve. That's Dainata. Villamor tries again. Dainata's yun ang puto. That is rejected.
Oh, good save.
Puto is not the same as blocked. No, it's different.
It's different,
It's different. Different thrill. In the meantime, Yatko resets. That's blocked. But it manages to hold. It is now 6-4.
The resilience in the defense paid off for VNS. Segi was able to put this in. Just right in the two blockers.
Dainata all set to serve. Played for JRU. Nice combination play.
Excellent combination
Yes, indeed.
play. Yung mga magagandang nakikita natin, ano? Parang well-orchestrated, parang sumasayaw.
Yes. Parang if you were totally sucked into this play, you would have gone with the first fake, actually. And then you didn't know that there was somebody lurking behind. 6-5 tally. That's, powerful hit, but handled well by Villamor. Santa Maria decides to drop a message. Tabi dyan, sabi ni Yatko. Blocked by Santa Maria.
But that was well read. Really nowhere to go. So Santa Maria, obviously just waiting. And very good timing as well.
Yes, good point. Yep, you see, right there. Hands in the right place, right time, good jump. Yatko fires away. This is a drop. Neatly done by Roderick Medino.
Again, we're talking about a very young player right here. And nakita mo na rin yung variation, no, na he's able to see and read the defense as well.
Espanso receiving. Nice play, but too much heat on that one. That'll bring us to our first technical timeout in our second match today. 8-6 VNS, slightly ahead.
You're back here at the Spiker Surf Invitational Conference. Now, for both VNS and the Navigators, there shall be no such thing as points earned through pure luck in the pros. That's why, coming from a win in their last game, the VNS Griffins are extra determined to find more ways to further solidify their level of play. In fact, earlier today, Coach Ralph posted a challenge for his boys, and that is to see more from the middles. Given the improvement and potential shown by Julius Chao in the past few games, Coach Ralph challenged him to lead the plays and more specifically, pagalawin ang blockers ng Dinav. Sabi ni Hao, advantage ng VNS ang bilis dahil marami sa kanila ay bata pa. Kaya naman may extra added level of expectation ng coaching staff in ensuring the defense of Dinav is challenged. That's all for the VNS Griffins. Now back to you, Sir Sev and Ivy.
Thank you very much, Jerry. Before that long service error, there were 5 straight points actually strung together by VNS. So that ends that long, and wow, 1 service error for 1 service error, and that'll make it 10-7. In a close match, you want to win. You don't want to make too many of those. But can't blame them. They're targeting something there. Justin Yatko with his serve. This is well executed, and Himson flying in the air, knocking that in.
Limzon has been pretty consistent here for the Navigators.
One of the core players of the San Juan de Letron team, of course. We also got to know him here in the Spikers third. This is it. Nabubutasan itong the Navigator sa coverage sa likod.
That's right. The 2 points has been scored same manner by VNS. So masyadong nakaatras ang kanilang coverage sa likod.
They're probably telling his sponsor, come in closer. High up and out. That's a miss. That'll make it 12-8. May gigil ng ramdam mo ang gigil ng the Navigators. Trying to get back those points immediately. Here's the captain, Charles Segi, serving. The sponsor bumps it up. Gambong. And it does not. It does not hold, and the block is out. 12-9 points score natin. 9 serving against 12 there. Both teams serving long here. This drop is red. It got a chance to go. Oh, regalo yun. Hindi nakita. Nagulat nga yung VNS. This one hit strongly by Villamor, and it's out of reach.
Good hit by Villamor.
Kyle Villamor, who played for San Sebastian, knocking that in.
Good hit there.
Tainata finding the target, and that'll make it 13-10. Villamor so far with 3 points in this opening set. Here's the player we talked about earlier, si Zhao. Elevated by him, son. Villamor says, let's try this. It's blocked. The set, the push, throw up. We go. Up we go. Villamor hits. Good defense on the floor by Yatko. This is Espanzo covering better this time. It's in the air from Apolinario. Hello. Longest rally so far. We are not yet done. This is like a long buffet line. Espanzo. Finally, it ends.
Off the hands of the blockers. Mads Gampong.
Gampong said, tama na.
Nakakapagod to.
Papagod yung mga announcer. Yung audience, hindi yan matatapos. But it just showed the spirited defense by both camps, and still close and tight here in the first set. Hope you are snug and comfy on this rainy Sunday afternoon. Blocked solidly, but blocked out, and the point will belong to VNS. VNS simply means volleyball never stops.
And a lot of the members are very young, so
Yes.
definitely for them talagang it will never stop.
You know, they shifted, they anchored their team now on their young players.
And we're talking about as young as 16 years old,
true.
right?
And Coach Ralph Ocampo said at the start that he would play his baguettes, as he would call them. 12-14.
And this is a really good exposure for these young individuals. Not only with skill-wise, pero yung character na
That's
madedevelop mo,
a
yung
good point.
tapang, going up against really strong and experienced players.
Which was expressed the other day by the Eco Oil de La Salle team. Yeah, Signal might be more intimidating, more stronger than us, but we'll play them hard. And their coaches kept telling them, kaya naman eh. It's mindset ko minsan eh. In the meantime, Villamor, he loves this play. Yatko.
Oh, good save
Yes,
from
indeed.
the Navigators.
Free ball bigla. Apolinario. Villamor loves this spot. It's handled well. Free ball. Chance. Norsidek. Too close. Pero ginawa ng paraan ni Villamor.
Well, this match, I think we can say no, patience really is a virtue. Patagalan tayo ng rally, and this is only the first set.
Yes, Villamor already with 4. Yatko, down the middle we go. Oh, nice hook by Santa Maria. Yatko resets. That's a miss. He missed it.
And he's calling for a touch. And he's quite sure that there was a touch from the blockers. And the point is given to VNS. No need for the challenge.
Honesty ang ginawa. And fair play principle has applied. It is 16-13 in favor of the Griffins.
Bini po ba? Salamin. Bagang salamin, kailangan ba niya aminin? Kanyang tunay na pagtingin.
Antayin niyo po yung next versions niya, duets, trios, para may harutan ng konti. Pero ang galing niya, no? Alam ni Roderick, Bini yun. Kaya pa niya isolo, salamin. Okay, short tuloy, nasalamin yung serve.
Kung ano, Sir Sip, kayang kuha mo din yung ano
Hindi
yung
naman,
kanta
hindi naman. Mas mahirap yan kaysa doon sa tala
Baka pati yung sayaw, alam mo rin
Oh my God, ano mo sasabihin?
Feeling ko next feature ikaw.
Yes. The meantime, Himzon gets that to fall in as the libero was unable to hoist it. Cruz ended up grappling on the floor. Watch this. Let's see if Direk can complete this. Ayun.
Yeah, with a little help from the net, so that actually parang nakaiba ng speed ng bola
Oh, wicked shot by Arcilio. Stretches the lead to 2 again.
One of the young players of VNS, one of the youngest players of VNS rather.
Last time we got a lot of fines from the Santa Rosa team, and now VNS supplying us with more talents. In the meantime, this shot is long. That'll make it 18-15. Yatko is going to serve. The setter, Justin serve. Santa Maria fires. One hand on it by Dainata. Blocked. Yatko says, let's try this. It's blocked again.
Excellent defense at the net. Actually, both of these teams are showing very tight defense at the net.
Yatko hustles for it. Ooh, that was handled. Chased down. Villamor is okay. Here's Cruz. Yatko says there's an opening. It's blocked, however. Pushed high. Nice dive to the floor by Apolinario.
Oh, it's going to be a free ball.
Santa Maria had to give it up that way. Hello, back row. Another long rally, and it ends with that shot. Haba ng mga rallies,
Oo. Parang feeling ko yung pawis nila pang 2 sets na Yung pawis at pagod
sige.
nila
So,
pang 2 sets
counted
na.
as 3 sets ito pag umabot ng 5. So 2, okay. In the meantime, Yatko got it on the just before the end row. And with a 2-point lead, Coach Del Moro wants a timeout. They're in a 2-point hole, actually.
Pag mahirap umatras, mas madaling pumasok. Kapitan natin to. Kapitan natin. Lapit na. Saka isa.
Okay. Go.
Ganun talaga po ang volleyball. 1 point at a time. Wala namang, hindi pa naman na-invento na isang spike. Yes, 2 points or more. And so that's how the game is played, and probably will stay forever that way. In the meantime, we have the serve for Charles Segi, the captain. Apolinario reverses. That's rejected. Kenneth Dayanata sealing that. What is the matter? Housekeeping. There's a wet portion of the floor in the timeout zone of the Navigators. That's now taken care of. Of course, we don't want our players suddenly spraining themselves, and Cruz unable to handle the wicked shot from Gampong. This is still close, huh?
That's right. You know, Mads Gampong, every time he gets that set that he wants and is able to approach properly, his attacks can really be very deadly.
Oh, but this drop has worked like a charm for VNS. They've caught the Navigators napping on at least 4 occasions.
That's right. Just right behind the blockers.
Right there, no?
Same.
Butas na butas yung likod. Bit of a miss-hit, but playable. That's blocked. Alam mo kung bakit tinuhulugan ng VNS? Puro middle blocker yung umahabol. At ang mga middle blocker, hirap na hirap yumuko. Kaya sa warm-up, kita mo yung mga coaches, pinadadive yung mga middle blocker. Inaapi ang mga middle blocker actually. 22-18. It's in the air. Play.
Not playable
Out of
anymore.
out of bounds. Mali ang hook. Still close and tight. 3-point lead by VNS. Haleko will come in for the first time. This is Brian Haleko. And he will be serving. Himson hits the bench. Yan ang hirap na player. Ano? Yung off the bench, lamig mo.
That's right.
Nasa
And then,
serve ka.
and it's a crucial serve usually, you know, when you're placed in.
Off the blocker. It's a point. That'll bring them to 23. Pair of subs will come in. But we'll get to them shortly because Coach Del Moro wants to huddle up.
Isa-isayin lang natin, ha?
Isa.
Isa-isayin lang.
Uy! Tapos yan! Come on! Sabi! Hold serve lang mo.
Parang tennis, hold serve lang yan. And, well, it starts there actually.
Yeah, that's right. And the timeout was meant to break the momentum of VNS, who has been performing very well. They have been very aggressive with their attacks. And then, ang ganda rin ng kanilang defense pattern.
We have Guerra and Martecon seeing action for the first time in a pair of subs. Keep in mind, VNS, as you mentioned, Ivy, still with a chance to make it to the next round at 2 and 4. DNV, not anymore at 1 and 5. Uh-oh, into the net. That'll make it 23-20. Dayandante is in. Sabando is in on the side of the Navigators. Referee Castillo, who is the second referee, says all is in order. Still close. You want to get the set point with this. You do.
That definitely was a very fast play.
Yes, it was. Dainata and company are at set point, and they have set points to be able to do it. To hold on to it, that is. No, Siddiq getting that to click. And that'll make them 21-24. Mahirap pag yung kalaban mo nasa 24 na, ano, nasa 21 ka. Kapit, walang side out, nawala na yun eh.
That's right. So this is a test of character now for the Navigators.
Yun.
But opportunity, that error, overreaching violation called up against VNS.
I'm looking at Coach Ralph, if he will make a timeout move, probably if the Navigators score on the next one. Let's see. Villamor serve, Guerra. This is out.
Oh, almost playable. Almost.
Almost. But we are done and over here in the first as VNS takes it at 25-22. And we will have your second set ready wherever you're catching us in a short while. Okay, that's the score at the end of the first. Then just close and tight towards the end, but the early lead of VNS and their rhythm created the win in the first set.
That's right. VNS playing very solidly with a lot of composure. And you can really see how much they have really prepared with the first set. It really showed how they prepared for this game. And again, a lot of well-distributed sets as well for VNS. And the floor defense was just really exceptional. As we take a look at the numbers, more attack points, more attacks converted by VNS in their attempts. Both had 2 blocks each. 1 service ace scored for VNS. But what's interesting here is that with the 8 points that was given away by VNS, 6 came from the service line. So pretty much I think we know what will happen in training, when they get back. Those are very, 3 points na talagang kasi there's really no movement. You're the only one in the motion. So pretty much dapat you have control over the outcome of the serve.
I remember before we went on the air, we were talking about boring practice routines, some of the moves that coaches have to do, but when you're a player, you're so bored with them, you're wondering, especially at grade school, high school levels, why are we doing this? Why can't we just play? But serving, you just have to practice it. Wala, talagang you have to control it. You have to master it.
I mean, from everything, from yung release ng bola, pati yung height ng pag-itcha mo ng bola, all those little things actually matter.
Those people who like to jump serve, their timing.
Right.
Wala na yung underhand serve, wala na yun. Hindi na uso yun. Although, to some, that might be the safest as we welcome you to set number 2. Some players missing for the Navigators, so some holes in their offense, but they made do so far. Villamor and Himson have played well. Here's Cruz with a set. Sankey and Corks. Another long rally between these two. Drop. Hold on. No whistle.
Oh, that was a net violation. That was very clear.
I love it when the refs don't whistle. Yung that close a call and they don't whistle. Sa tingin natin, akala mo nasa floor na. Coach Del Moro is up from his seat. It's 1-0. Oh, that worked. It's already 2-0 here.
Good start for the Navigators.
Yes. Dainata is there. Angled. Esposo. Hello, Cruz. Hello, good set. Medina block. Nowhere to go. It is 3-0. You're correct, Ivy. A very good start by the men in blue here, the Navigators, with a 3-0 lead after losing the first set. Dainata. That's missed. That'll make it 4-0.
So this is where the test of character comes in for the young team of VNS. They had a very good first set. So yung coming into the second set, diba, yun yung usually, doon mo talaga makikita na, you know, how well they are able to keep the momentum.
Yes, and how do we get out of a hole like 4-1? First thing they did correctly was allow the serve to sail out. Cruz with a good eye. Segui's serve in play. Oh, that's solidly hit. Santa Maria going, etching chalk on that line. But this one will sail out for Steven Santa Maria. That will give VNS its second point here in the second.
So the points of VNS are courtesy of errors on the side of the Navigators.
Yes. Joao Arcilio serve in play. Arcilio puts a hand on it. It's in the air. The Adante sets. Oh, another. Oh, huge delivery down the line.
Well, that was inside, I think.
Ang hirap bang mastering yan down the line?
Well, a little. You know, for usually the cross court is the easiest angle. It's usually harder, and pati yung power ng down the line kasi yung mga usually is cross court, yun yung mga mas madaling paluin ng malakas than the down the line. That's why yung for players, you know, there are certain exercises talaga na are separate to make,
good to know.
You know, para yung stronger yung hit mo pag down the line.
And that's solidly hit. Villamor knocking that down. They lead now 7-3. Tapos yung down the line, may precision required, no? Kasi you're trying to go through the block, through that small space between the wire and the hands.
At mas maiksi ang travel ng bola ng down the
Oh,
line.
now that you mention it, yes. Because if it floats too long, the defense is going to adjust to it right away. So, kailangan halos zero tempo at halos patong na patong talaga yung set. In the meantime, Dainata. 7-4 tally here. And Villamor beginning to feel very good. We arrived at the first technical timeout. 8-4. The Navigators trying to saw things up together after losing the first.
You're back here in the Spikers Turf Invitational Conference. Just like any sport, to be the best in volleyball means adapting to a never-ending cycle of learning. And especially for a relatively new team like the Navigators, the first few games together prioritized exploring what works and what does not. And with players like Kyle Villamor holding down the fort, these boys play each set and point with a growth mindset. Sabi nga ni Kyle, malaking factor na collaborative at approachable ang coaching style sa DNAV. Kasi mas nabibigyan ng voice at opportunity ang players to openly ask for feedback, positive man yan or negative. And for Kyle, it is this culture and attitude that fuels their competitiveness because they are always reminded to show they are still contenders for the conference. That's all for the Navigators. Back to you, Sir Sev and Ivy.
Thank you very much, Jerry Medina. And just to remind everybody, wala si JV Sumagay's side today, one of their pillars. In the meantime, that is a solid hit. Steven Santamaria is going to town here. He has had several forays here.
And talking about the players who have made the numbers for the Navigators, it's Gampong leading with 7 points, Villamor with 6, Himzon with 2 points, and Santa Maria has 3 points.
3
3 points. And for VNS, on the other hand, the Inata scores 8, Segi with 7, Medina with 1, Villacruzes with 3.
In the meantime, Dainata with a good eye, allowing that to fly away. 10-6 is the official score here in the second. First set ended 25-22 VNS. Hello, world. That is so clear as Himson read that, scrolled on his Instagram and saw that there was an open space there.
Comfortable lead
Oh,
here.
yeah, time. Oh, look, oh.
Right.
Hello.
That's what you can do if talagang yung leaping ability. Fifth service error
Aba?
of the Navigators. And
Di ba,
these are
diba?
consecutive errors, ha?
They can't seem to get a momentum going, like, except in the start of the set where they led 4-0. That's a very tight set. There's a whistle. That's called as a catch and
lifting,
pass.
yeah.
Yes. Let's see if we get it here. Yeah, a little longer than usual. Though that is in slow-mo, that is not in real time. In the meantime, pipe attack. Hello. Segi with a good read. And VNS has strung together 3 straight points. Timeout taken.
Relax. Ito, pasa lang.
Pura error na.
Pag may pasa, may papaluin naman. Huwag nagmamadali. Come on, kapitan natin yan. Lamang pa tayo. Huwag natin bibigay.
Stay. Check nyo yung score. 9. Walo, error natin. Minus nyo, isa lang ginawa nila. Tara, huwag lang tayo mag-error, ha? Go!
Somebody's very good in math in that particular huddle, huh?
Well, that was really a good point,
Oh,
of course,
naman,
by
diba?
Coach Benok Anceta.
Para-
Because the points that you see on your screens right now, 9 points, yes, that is true. There's only 1 point that was made by VNS, and the rest were actually errors off of the Navigators.
Para-
6 from the service line, and then they had 2 net violation errors.
Para silang kumain sa labas, dumating yung bill. Ito, dami mong kinain. Ito
Hatian.
bayan. But they get a point back, though. It's now 12-9. Took a while for them to score. There were 3 successive points by the young VNS team. This one is declared out.
Well, that was actually called in.
In ba?
Yeah, it was called in
ba?
by the linesman,
okay,
yes.
Okay. Good, you saw that better. You're younger. You have sharper eyes than me. So it's 10-12 here. Good reception. And clean hit. This guy's going to town, huh? Himson beginning to percolate here.
Well, if he has been activated, he can score a lot for the Navigators.
Yeah.
His last 2 games, he was pretty consistent.
And I remember Letran. Really, boy, buti na lang may protection dito. Straight hit yan, Ivy. And that was a solid connection. Mark it as the 11th point of the VNS Griffins. Martichon is back in. He saw brief action in the first set. He will replace Roderick Medino. Talagang batang-bata pa yung itsura nito mga to, no?
Very obvious talaga yung ano eh, no?
Bagets na bagets eh. Nicely done, but excellent pickup that time. Dainata says, take that. Espaso says, I got it, don't worry. Dainata resets. Is blocked, however. Parang na-realize niya nung paglipad niya, bakit ko ba diniin na may dalawang nagbablock? Dapat pala hinulog ko, pero ganun talaga. Once you commit, that's it eh. You don't have all the time in the air to change your mind actually. Split second yan.
Opportunity once again para bumawi.
Ayun. Siguro kanina yung problema niya o dinadaing niya sa sarili niya, mali ang palong, ng palong ko. Hindi ko hinampas against the block para lumabas. But this one success this time around. Kenneth Dainata serve in play. Ooh, sayang, sabi ni Cruz. I was there. The defense has been impressive, both sides.
That's right, that's
Despite the errors are messing it up a little. But the defense has been very spirited on both sides of the floor. Cruz gets to it. That is not hit solidly. This one is. Dainata is in the back row. Nice job on two. Yatko read that cleanly.
Well, that was quite a difficult ball to get as well. So, pretty much wala na rin siya masyadong choice dun eh. Was too close to the net. Yung kanyang angulo rin, where he's coming from.
Just have to remember when you're front line or back
Yeah,
row.
that's
Okay,
right,
when
that's
you do
right.
that. In the meantime, that's outside. And that'll make it 16-13. Second technical break is upon us.
Baby, no, there's no way. Cause I like it, man. Binibining may salamangka, sining by Dionel. Gonna keep it like one to say, oh my life. Anis!
Ang iya eh. Ang sikreto din yung pagpikit ng mata eh. That's off the block. May vengeance itong the navigator sa second set, ha? Uminit ang sinaing.
They probably figured out, you know, what they have been missing in the first set.
Dainata got the serve of Nursidik. This one is off the blockers. Nursidik hustles to move forward. Nice set. The push. The one hand. Yatko says, take that. Gotcha. It's still alive. Reverse. Hoof. Dropped to the deck by Dainata. Muntik nag-agawan doon. This is so well done. Watch this. Watch this. Wait, is it a challenge? Or timeout lang? Watch
No,
this.
it's a timeout, yeah.
Watch this. Hello. Right there. Timeout taken by VNS.
Nawawala tayo sa pwesto ng base. A, B, C ball. Pag A, B, dapat toss. Nagyayari nga, naghahabulan kayong gano'n, nagbubuhulan kayo, imbis nakapwesto kayo dapat sa depensa. Pansin nyo na maigi. Magkakatamaan kayo dyan, gusto ko na kayo sa pwesto. Pwestohan nyo muna ng depensa para maganda yung depensa natin, maka-offensive tayo, ha? Side out lang, side out tayo.
Coach Ocampo is one of the few who still use the word side out, but I know what he's saying also. But it was really reminding them of their defensive positions.
Right,
Ano?
right. So a lot of the discussion that happened over the timeout was really all about defense, not on the offense. So, kasi nga naman, paano ka makaka-opensa kung wala kayong depensa?
Yeah, and
So, it really starts there.
their choreography seemed to be getting mixed up. Who should go for which ball and which direction. In the meantime, Segi with a firing pin. Oh, good effort on the floor by Dainata, but a bit late, and that'll make it a 6-point lead for the Navigators.
So they're having a confusion in terms of like who's going to get the ball, kanino ang pwesto. A lot of the balls falling in between two players. So yun yung nangyayari sa VNS ngayon eh.
We have King Mangulabnan, who used to play for Mapua, who hails from Lipa, Batangas. And he's on the floor. He will serve right away here as they allowed that to fly out. 19-14, and 14 will serve against 19 here. Back row. Blocked. But it was not contained well, huh? So that'll make it 20 points for BNS. Will they challenge? No, they won't. Nothing to challenge, I guess. Yes, but no, it's already on the ground. 15-20 as Segi will return to the service deck. Yun, nasa sahig na.
Or not a good pass. It's a free ball from the Navigators.
Oo, yung pinadalang pataas eh. Naku, mintis. Crucial yun. Arcilio missing badly, ha? Parang ready na yung depensa kumulaps on the other side na itapon na distract na nung set pero namintis ni Arcilio eh. Haleco will return. They're just trying to sort out who stays and who goes out. Haleco. Here's another look. Here, miss. Sayang. Kasi buka na yung depensa sa kabila eh. Saka naunahan na niya yung blocker. Nahulog na yung blocker eh. Haleco will serve. Second time for him to serve. Tough angle for Dainata. Ooh, hindi nakaikot si Dainata. Hingi ng timeout si Coach Ralph.
Medyo mabagal lang na... Oo. Diba, kailangan nyo lang magamay. Mahirap tayong... Hindi tayo maka-opensa eh. Hindi tayo makaikot. Hindi tayo maka-side out. Kailangan natin magamay yung offense natin. Kasi sayang yung mga nadidig natin. Tayo lang natin dikat ha. Bago mag-end yung second set. Kaya natin makuha yung receive tsaka yung atake natin ha. Composure lang, huwag kayo magmadali. Sobrang pagmamadali nyo yung rattle yung decision nyo. Doon kayo na check nung kalaban nyo. Matatanda yung kalaban nyo eh.
Alam mo, madaling sabihin, hindi naman mali si Coach Ralph, pero huwag kayo magmadali. Pero ang bilis ng game kuminsan eh, no? I think more than anything else is the decision making.
Right, that's right, yeah. And, these are things that, again, VNS as a young team, these are things that they would learn well in this kind of tournament.
No question. Oo, ganda. Naunang tumama sa sahig, pero ang lupit ng palo na yun. As they say in volleyball circles, baon. Hello. Ganda ng sabay ng bola ng tao.
And only one blocker going up against him, so that's a lot of space for him.
Good eye, Ivy. In the meantime, that is a great counter by Gampong. Mads knocking that down, bringing them to 23.
Gampong has been scoring quite heavily for the Navigators here in this set.
Former NU player finding ways to deliver. New player being dispatched here. This is Jeffrey Alicando, number 16. Cruz. Pangulabnan. Block. Nobody home. And we arrive at set point. With 8 to spare. Dainata. He drops a message. Pushed up high. Counter push. Pangolabnan reverses. Pipe attack though. Here comes Cruz who will bump it up. Dainata. Nababasa na siya. Napuputo na siya. This is off the blockers. Good defense on the floor on the pipe. Pangolabnan to Dainata. No. Cruz. Fourth longest rally, I think. In the meantime, good set to the back row. Covered well. Dainata tries again. Ayaw. And that had to end it all. 3 straight points in the home stretch, carving the second set win for VNS at 20, or rather for the Navigators at 25-16. Your third set comes your way shortly. That's the set line here. Each side has picked up a set. Then we're in for a great battle between these two sides. Good adjustments by DNB in that second set.
That's right. The Navigators played better, more fluidly. Well, despite the fact that they still committed the errors, but they're more consistent when it comes to their attacks, and the floor defense was basically much on point for the Navigators. So, medyo VNS, medyo na wala ng konti, no? So that gave the Navigators a little bit more confidence. So these are the numbers for set number 2. More conversion on the attacks for the Navigators. Ang laki ng disparity. 17 points for attacks ng the Navigators, while 8 lang ang na-convert nitong VNS. So that was a very far cry from what they did in set number 1. And the blocking also of the Navigators, ito yung isa ring nakapagbago ng tempo at momentum nitong VNS.
Yes.
You know, yung threat of the defense at the net changed the pace also in how VNS played. But let's talk about the errors. Good containment para dito sa VNS. 4 errors lang, but the Navigators, despite winning the second set, had 8 errors, and 7 of that came from the service line.
Okay. Huwag kakalimutan, Arena Plus, Astig the Sports. And also, don't forget, later on in the afternoon, depende on what time we get done here and how many sets, yung may kumakain ng chips yun, ayaw mamigay. FEU, DN Steel, they're here already and so early. Undefeated in 6 starts. Will go up against another powerful team, the Crisscross King Crunchers, who are at 4-1. The team standing so close and tight. But as Ivy correctly pointed out, one of these two teams has a better chance if they can get some more wins ahead, and that's VNS actually. VNS, as far as the standings, they're at 2-4. Now it's far from 6-0, but you'd rather be there than anywhere else. VNS scores the first point of the third. Kasi yung Navy, nandun sila sa 4-3. Savage is at 4-2. So, kahit remote chance, you'd like to battle.
Right.
Tabla-tabla sa 4-1, 4-2, 4-3.
That's why all the remaining games would really matter. So, VNS, of course, nandun yung hoping that, again, yung mga teams na yan na dikit-dikit.
Some of them
would fall, exactly.
On the wayside, tama.
Pero sila kailangan manalo sa lahat ng remaining games.
Bawal na sila matalo rito.
That would be the real assurance.
No matter how difficult that hole they have to get out of. Ooh, Gampong beginning to get hot here in this match.
Mads Kampong with 11 points. That's a 12 points actually.
Ooh.
12 points. Only
Dami.
lone double-digit scorer for the Navigators.
And the former NU player beginning to unravel here. Villamor with a good cross-court dig. Fires away, cuts it. Cruz! Nice dive, but could not get it to his setter actually.
Good adjustment by Villamor.
Yung basa ni Kyle Villamor, hindi lang siya palo ng palo eh. Kung kailan katin, kakatin ko. Late curl on the floor. That time by Himzon. Chao Arcilio is ready in the service area. Our score stands at 2 apiece here in the third. That one got the net, and this one is outside. Captains are being summoned here. Referee Eusebio. I wonder what's up. Okay, I asked referee Patrick Alan Castillo, our second referee. Alam mo, ang volleyball, very disciplined yan eh. Yung mga bench players, kung minsan, siyempre, hindi sila happy, hindi sila nakakalaro. Sumasandal doon sa tagiliran. At saka, ayan, ayaw ng, ayaw ng volleyball
You
yan.
have to stay within that box. May box yan eh.
Very strict, ano? Very strict. Kahit magsayawang kayo dyan, to stay within that box.
That was an excellent play, but
pero net touch.
he was saying probably it was the ball, according to Gampong.
Yeah. Sabi nga niya. Pero tingin ko kamay.
And then the challenge will be called on that. But that was a very beautiful play.
Ang lupit ng palo.
Not only that, there were 3 spikers really all jumping all at the same time.
I think it's a net touch challenge, you know. So it looked like an afterthought yung
No, it could be na kung tumama man yung kamay niya.
if the play was done.
Yeah.
You know.
It was a net fault, but he was
Yes.
when Mads was really very sure he didn't touch it.
Matt's trying to. Oh boy.
Well, there was
Parang ano, no? Walang aamin. Walang aamin. Hanggat hindi ko sinasabi. Arcilio is all set to serve a new, and that does not reach its destination. After 3 straight points, they give up 1. It's now a 4-3 count. 3 is now serving against 4 here. Here's Himzon. Dainata got to it. Oh, that goes through. Villamor was there, but too far away. Griffins pull up ahead by 2 here in third. Medina, who is back in the game. Villamor flying and missing.
Oh, that's outside.
No, but it's a check ball.
Was there a touch?
Yes. Referee Eusebio.
Oh, there was a touch.
Referee Eusebio is...
There was a touch. I think Villa Crucis admitted to it.
Yes, So they'll make the count 4 against 5. As there's that serve by Gampong. Medino. Bangulab na. 5 attack short. Bababa, ano? Parang hindi naka-elevate mabuti
that's right.
si Dainata. Yung 5 attack, ano? Kailan tama yung set eh. Kasi yung pati yung lipad, kasi ang layo mo,
That's
you're
right.
away from the net.
And it's not just the height, but we're also talking about the distance of
Okay.
yung set from the yung papalo at saka yung attack line. Kasi hindi sila pwedeng umapak sa attack line eh.
And that is practiced diligently. It's deceptive because it disrupts the
Right,
defense,
that's right.
actually. If you pull it off, oh, that's on the ground. Service ace. We have not had too many aces in this game, but that'll count. This is Benjamin Labide. Nice reverse. That punches through. Nursidik with a connection has not gotten that many sets, but when he's there, he means business. 1 point lead though by VNS. Labide. Dahinata. Clean. And we arrive at the first technical timeout. 8-6 VNS with the early lead.
You're back here in the Spiker Surf Invitational Conference. Like what you said earlier, Sir Seven Ivy, the VNS coaches have no problem giving playing time to the Baguettes because the young bloods have shown them that with the right attitude, the headroom for growth is endless. I spoke to one of the youngest in the team, Roderick Medino, about the ups and downs of being young in the pros. And he told me that although they may not be at par with the level of experience of other teams, they are glad to be put in a situation when they are forced to fast forward their growth to match the way their kuyas in other teams compete. Sabi ni Roderick, mas nagaganahan sila na makisabay sa malalakas nilang kalaban because through those experiences, they get to develop character more than just skill. Turning it back to you, Sir Sev and Ivy.
Good point, Jerry. And you can't keep playing with people of your same skill level.
That's right.
Hindi ka matututo nun.
That's true. Kaya nga, like, for example, yung mga nasa women's, ay usually katsunap yan, mga lalaki, di ba?
Ganun.
Yeah, so
No.
it's the best way for you. You find situations wherein you challenge yourself and not the usual situations you find yourself in. Para you know what to do in case na, something's not familiar. You can make those decisions.
In the meantime, this is Santa Maria. Mangolabnan will get this. It is, nicely done by Dainata. This will date me, but si Coach Makipuela, that isa sa mga announcer natin nung high school kami. 50 years ago, we used to play Ateneo against Miriam. May mga set natatalo, napapahiya kami. Coach Mac was very good, ahead of her era as a libero.
Yeah.
Parang pumapalo sa wall. And some young teams play the military teams, which are always very strong, di ba?
That's right.
Ano na yung score? 11-7. Ba? Hindi nagbibiro na itong VNS, though they did not play that well in the second set. Nice serve that time by Ramones. However, that'll make it 12-7.
So the defense of the Navigators medyo lumuluwag ng konti. And that gives VNS opportunity. That's a good thing about these youngsters. Talagang, they're trying to grab the opportunity just like what Santa Maria did over that last attack. Only one defender going up against him.
Mangulabnan was frozen in that play. What do I do? There's Cruz, who has been tireless. Dainata, just a powerful hitter. Just so determined, brings his team to a 5-point lead. Again, the former JRU player. That serve coasting in. The setup by Daidante. Mangolabnan's version. Good cross-court hit. Gampong gets it off the block of Medino.
4-point advantage being enjoyed by VNS here in the third set. This is Gampong flying high off the hands of the blockers.
Alam mo, kung nasa frontline ka sa kabila, wari ka lagi pag si Gampong nasa harap din eh. Hindi siya masyadong dapay. Oh, but that is clear by Medino. All 6-3 of him delivering to give them a 5-point lead. Coach Del Mono not waiting for the technical timeout, wants to summon his crew.
Ikaw pupunta ng bola. Punta mo yung bola.
Ay, sorry kuya. Ay,
Tagay natin noon yun. Naka-depensa. Pasa sa ibabaw. Natin mo na, kami na. Hindi, huwag niyo pabayaan. Hawa ka mo.
Tara. Unti.
Tanda.
Sometimes all you can do is hope that the players will get the message because the coaches cannot be on the floor.
That's right. So the coaches, of course, can only do as much. They can give out instructions. They can, call out the play-by-play. But at the end of the day, it's really how the players will be executing that inside the court. Kasi kahit gaano ka-detalye bigay mong instruction,
I agree.
di ba?
Like Mangolabnan. Saka kuminsan hindi instructions ang kailangan ng player eh. Kuminsan wake up call. Kuminsan sermon. Kuminsan yung ibang coaches silent treatment. Okay, long rally. Hello!
Villacruzes with a smart move.
With a rare opportunity to contribute scoring-wise. Tipped it twice. Two hands, that's to be more specific. Ayun. 6-point lead by the Griffins. Into the net nonetheless.
Third service error for the Griffins here in the third set.
Kuminsan, no, pag masyado ka excited after a big point, a great point, you're still pumping, you're breathing hard, you mess up your serve. Too much excitement. This is blocked away and out.
Mats was saying that there was no touch. Question na, maniniwala ba sa kanya kayo? After that first, na talagang with conviction yung sinabi na.
Kanina,
Oo.
Ngayon you let it pass. Technical timeout number 2. Back quickly.
Sa team goal naman namin is may experience na namin yung game here sa Spiker Surf kasi maraming first timer sa amin and mas bata kumpara sa ibang team na pro veteran. Siguro laging focus sa game. Wag mawawala sa focus kasi yun yung unang sumisira sa team. And yun lang, play harder and smarter.
Alam mo, focus is one of the most abused words in sports. But when you lose it, it can be your undoing. And maybe that's why this young team, maybe because you're young, you tend to drift at times, And you're playing against stronger. Oh boy, that's number 5, I think, in this set. Tama ba bilang ko?
The tally is 4th.
4, okay.
Yeah, 4th.
So, mali ang bilang ko. But that is A service mistake by Howard Guerra, who's on the floor for the second or third time here. 16-11. The serve, oh, Bangal Dainata has to keep it in play. Free ball given up. Chance. Villamor. Dainata is all over this floor. Oh, wicked shot. Labide. Living Labide. Taking care of matters. This guy can play. Okay, don't forget that your favorite NBA superstars on NBA TV Philippines is now available on Signal Play. Download the Signal Play app on the App Store and from Google Play. And subscribe now to catch all the action in this new NBA season. Oh, that's on the ground.
William Moore is also the other player who has been very consistent here for the Navigators.
Tingin ko, aabot ng 10 points. That's neatly done. Villa Cruces with a good eye on the holes on the other side of the floor. 6-point lead by the Griffins. Martichon is in. Villa Cruces will sit down. Set. Oh, Alangan and Ramones got drowned. Ended up with nothing to hit, actually. And VNS with a 7-point lead here in the third. Martichon's second serve. And again, a service error. Ilan na, madam?
So 5 service errors for VNS.
Could have been a much bigger lead, no? Willie Cruz's returns. You can speculate, but the downside, if you make an error, it's a point for the other side. So you try not to. 6-point lead. 7-point lead.
And these errors are going to hurt the Navigators. They have been playing very well in the second set.
Mangulabnan and his serve. Mangulabnan got to it. The dump by Santa Maria. Mangulabnan. There's a net. Yeah, overreach.
It was an overreaching. The ball was still at the other side of the court.
And Coach Del Moro down by 8 points right now. Calling a timeout.
Pag hindi ba black, atras. Dumipensa. Pag coverings. Kaya ang bola, bumabagsak sa atin, wala namang malakas. Hindi naman malakas eh. Tinutulak lang yung bola. Malayo tayo, malayo tayo. Go, go, go. Go. Pasama mo natin, pasama mo.
Ang volleyball, yung diskarte, yung so vital in the game. Because there are only 3 passes on each side.
Right.
So diskarte is so probably more essential than in most sports. In the meantime, we will have Mangulabnan, the setter who has stepped in for Yatko, doing the honors here. Good diagonal serve there. This is a soft ball to the other end, but it's an open area with nobody home. Lead is 7. Yeah, a lot of people coming in. This is anticipation of the FVU crisscross game later on also. That is going to count. That is so solid from Himzon.
They have to activate Himzon more here in the set.
And probably the next, because we will have a 4th set. In the meantime, Mangulabnan. Long.
Oh, there was a touch.
Yes. Referee Eusebio seeing that. Dayat, Dante, and Gampong are brought back in. They're down currently by 7, though. Segi is pulled out. Labide returns. Dainata will be serving.
And Dainata serving for VNS.
Kenneth serve high up and in. Close to the net. Bullet. Santa Maria, it's a three-prong attack. Santa Maria, Villamor, Himson, and Gampong. And Santa Maria serving. 6-point lead. Oh, that nearly faded. That's blocked out. 2 straight points now by the Navigators. Navigators knocking on the door loudly. Down by 5 still though.
Of course, no room for errors here
Yes.
for the Navigators.
Pangulabnan hustles. Good stretch on the floor. Elevated. Villamor hits. It's somebody hitting it. 3 straight points scored by the Navigators. Suddenly scoring has been a problem for the Griffins. Well, you can get the point from a service error on the other side.
Well, that could be a costly error for the Navigators because they're giving the momentum back to VNS.
Just after you get something going with a 3-0
Right.
run. In the meantime, the track down that time. Diane Dante with the set. This is. Ooh, that antenna is dancing. And we are at set point with 6 to spare. Arcilio serve in play. Diane Dante. That is between 2. That's Gampong. You're still in business even after store hours when Gampong is around. Dianata. Combination played. It is
Oh, there was a
check
touch.
ball, and that'll do it for set 3. Griffins have a 2-1 lead in the set count. They took the first and now the third, and hoping to seal the deal in the fourth. Let's see what happens. That's our set line. First and third going the way of VNS. The second went DNV's way. It's DNV looking for some consistency, Ivy, really.
That's right. So, they've had their highlights, they've had good runs, but I think this is what has been the struggle for the Navigators since the start of this tournament. How well they're able to control their errors and also how well they're able to sustain the momentum. Because clearly, they've got the advantage over the young ones here in this game. And the numbers for the third set, so this time around, it is VNS who was able to convert more of their attempts into points. They've also scored off the block and at the service line. And in terms of errors, it has been the Navigators still with more points given away, while VNS had 2 more errors that they did in the previous set. So pretty much the young ones are doing a good job controlling the points that they give away, the free points. And floor defense also has been on point.
Right.
So we will see now here as we come into this to the next set how well or how the Navigators will recover. So yun nga, that's been the challenge for them No, parang ano sila parang sana sa init, sana sa lamig. They have been very inconsistent.
With 2 players missing also in Barbie.
That could be a factor. I
Barbie
agree.
San Andres not around. I know that JV Sumagaysa had a family matter to take care of. So let's see how this 4th set goes. They have some bright spots though.
They do.
Like
they do.
Mats Gampong has been a firecracker here. And if I were the setter, I would send it back to him again. In the meantime, VNS getting some dividends from players coming off the bench, actually. And here we go. First serve belongs to the Navigators. 4th set coming your way. I think they made a mistake. I think
So
we will.
VNS,
First serve will go to Mangolabnan. Diane Dante. That is inside.
Linesman calls it in.
And that's a very deep corner there.
Kim Zon now scores his 8th point.
That's a lot already, huh?
That's right, but 2 players on the side of the Navigators in double digits. Mads Campong with 15, Kyle Villamor with 12. And Santa Maria has 9, Himzon 8, and Mercidic with 4.
Mangolabnan, that's a miss. Problem with the handwork that time by Dainata. And trying to tie up the laces. Santa Maria will serve. Cruz. Dainata finds a spot.
Dainata has been very consistent and effective
Yes.
also, hitting off the hands of the blocker.
Double digits na siguro yan.
Yes, 15 points.
Wow.
That's his 15th point in the match. Another player in double digits is CJ Segi with 11.
Wow.
Villa
And then-
Cruces follows with 7. Arcelia and Labida with 4.
In the meantime, that does not fly over. And we are even at 2 here in the 4th. There's Dainata. Look long, yes it is.
But it's an ace.
Is it?
I think it was able to hit the
Oh.
line.
Bumagsak at the last moment. Panoorin. As,
Yeah, it did, yeah.
Tinakpan ni Coach. 3-2 ang ating bilang. Biglang 3 straight points by Vera Regalo yun.
Oh, that was
nice angle,
an
Himson.
excellent play from the Navigators. Excellent setup by Dayan Dante.
Patong na patong. Tingnan mo ha. Tingnan. Ayan pa. Himson, who just scored, fires away with his serve. Mangulabnan. This is a good counter by the very young Roderick Medina. This is a survival set for DNV. Arcilot already with some service errors hurting them. Gampong. Oh! Counter service error. Feeling ko na alam niya nung binitawan niya yung bola, parang it wasn't the best toss to begin with. You're right, Ivy. Sabi mo nga, yan ang mga pinapractice eh. Toss, jump, hit. Dayan Dante.
Oh, that was a net touch. There was a net touch.
On number 16, The Navigators, that's Haleko, I think. Yun. Anyway, that hurts. 2-point lead. That'll count.
Villamor scores another point.
My mistake. That was Alicando who got tied up earlier at the net. In the meantime, Maulabnan had no space to operate it. He just made the adjustment off the blockers. First touch, second touch. Labide does not force the issue. Labide puts a hand on it. Opportunity to strike. Oh, Rick Adao seeing action for the first time. Regalo eh. Hinalo ko
Straight
na.
into. Ganda ng set sa'yo, Sir Seth. No?
regalong regalo.
Saktong-sakto.
Regalo. Alam mo, direct, kailangan kasali ako sa slow-mo, ha? Tuloy mo yan. Wala, hindi na
Di
nakita.
nahagip eh.
Mahina yung cameraman. Adaw diving to the floor. Oh, nicely done! Alam mo, survival din yung DFB. Kasi, alam mo, sa ng record nila, 1-5. Gusto naman nila improving yan. Umuwi naman sila ng may takeaway sila rito. Pero itong VNS, they have a chance, no matter how small or how remote it seems. Labide, Adaw says, puto, gotcha. Another long rally. Yes!
Strong, powerful hit by Santa Maria.
And the former Letran player knocking that in, bringing his team to the technical break, ahead 8-6.
You're back here in the Spiker Surf Invitational Conference. Sir Sev and Ivy, earlier you mentioned that unforced errors can possibly be the Achilles heel of the Navigators. And you're exactly right. Earlier in the huddle, the coaches reminded the boys to compensate through coverage, particularly Rick Adaw and JM Espanso. In order to support their teammates, kailangan ni Rick at JM mag-extra work sa receiving department. And that is why in the huddle, the DNAV boys urged them to not get intimidated by the speed and consistency of VNS and take it point by point. So moving forward to the remaining run of DNAV in the fourth set, the pressure is on for the Liberos to establish their presence and further expand their circle of coverage. That's all for the DNAV boys. Back to you, Sir Sev and Ivy.
As you were speaking, Jerry, there was that big delivery by Labide, who brings his team within one here, and he is in the service spot. Dayan Dantes set. Oh, not too many blocks by VNS, but that is convincing. That ties it up.
Mads Gampong gets denied.
Nabasa, oh. And almost like a single coverage. Tuntua si Dainata. Dainata gets into position. The drop! Alercano. Set. Opportunity. Quick. Oh, well done. You know, if they went open to Dainata, bantayado siya. They did
that's
a
right.
good job down the middle. Huh?
That's right. No defense at the net there for Villa Crucis.
And now, a 3 straight point cluster by VNS. Blocked again! Oh! 4 straight! Sabi ni Dainata, okay ba yung block ko? Pero huwag niyo gugulin
gugulin ang buhok ko.
yung buhok ko. Do anything. Do anything. Not the hair.
That's a big thing for the for Dainata, of course.
Who's
being
playing so
able,
well,
yeah, being able to block Mads Gampong.
And their blocking now becoming a wall here. Ah, but that's tipped over cleanly by Santa Maria. Finally, they get out of that rut. They were leading 8-6 before the technical timeout. And then suddenly a 4-point swing by VNS. Been a while since the men in blue have scored. Close to the net. Hello, 1-2. Mangolabnan being crafty there. Gives them a 2-point lead.
Dainata now has 18 points.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's a
12,
lot.
12 from attacks, 5 block points, and 1 service ace. And not to count 8 excellent receptions as well.
That's a well-rounded game. Mangolabnan sets this up. Adao. Oo. Ang daming nangyari dun. Everybody jumping up and down, but hitting nothing actually. And now the lead is 3.
Dante try to fake that with a hit.
I don't think Kim Jong was ready.
Yeah, he was not.
He was not ready. He thought it was a hit actually. You're right. Dito tayo bumawi. One more time around. The block! It's blocked! It's blocked! 3 solid blocks by VNS in this set.
And if the blocking of VNS works, everything else works for them.
I think that concern of Coach Ocampo earlier about their defensive alignment has been settled here. But this serve is too much. It's outside. Pina-practice ba yan, IB, yung defensive positions?
Yeah, of course. And all the different positions actually inside the court, pinapractice yan.
Yung in anticipation of where the ball will come from.
Different situations.
Pag cross-court, ito tayo.
Oh, yeah, like that. But the thing is, sa sobrang daming pwedeng maging sitwasyon sa loob ng court.
In the meantime, Roderick Medina showing everybody he can jump, all 6'3" of him. And they lead by 4.
Hindi naman nag-full jump. Ginagawa niya lang ang bola, tumutulak lang sa atin. Ayun yung gumalaw. Pagka awkward na yung bola, gawin niyo na paraan. Kunin sa blocking. Tulak lang sa kanila. Come on, layo pa.
Basta kami, apat lang yan.
Ayun yung lumaban.
Hey, apat!
Hoy!
Go! Go!
Apat lang, apat lang.
Nag-iba ang takbo ng parang parang hihip ng hangin storm typhoon Pepito going in different directions. Bigla na lang umusbong with 6 points from Medino, but Mangolabnan could not handle the heat. Himzon can really wallop. 3-point game here in the 4th.
Again, yes, the issue of consistency has been plaguing the Navigators. If you look at the lineup on paper, it's pretty much, a very competitive lineup.
In the meantime, João Arcilio with a dump. He gives them a 4-point lead.
One of the youngest players on the floor.
Yes. Youth is on the side of the Griffins. Here's their leading scorer, Dainata to Adao. Problematic set becomes a chance. Hindi na ibaon. Oh, off the shoulder of Cruz. Naisip ni Coach Ocampo, you could have held a beach volleyball move, yung 2 hands na itaas mo. Uh-oh. Dainata with not a clean dig. Labide. Gampong. He wants it. They will call a net violation. He arrived at 16-12, and we take a technical timeout. Okay, this is just to remind you of our tournament format.
That's right. We have 10 teams who have been competing on a single round robin. As we've mentioned earlier, only the top 4 teams will enter the semifinals, where they would be joined by a guest team, and they would also be playing another single round robin. Only the top two teams will enter the championship, and the rank 3 and number 4 will battle for third. The championship, this is a winner take all.
One shot.
Yeah,
Yep.
one shot lang. And even for the battle for third. And as we take a look once again at the team standings, so pretty much we have several teams sitting comfortably at the top. And the 2 teams that are competing today, so against the Navigators, technically, you know, they're statistically, they're already out in the running. VNS still has a chance, but that would depend on the outcome of this game and the outcome of the games of the teams on top of them in the standings.
You know, the blocks of VNS in this 4th set have been solid. They have scored at least 5 times off it, and they score off that strike. They now have a 6-point lead.
And those blocks have turned things around
Correct,
for
correct.
VNS.
Nor Sidik, one of the starters, returns for a big the absence of JV Sumagaysay, and I guess si Barbie.
Yeah, si Barbie. Yeah,
really
that's true.
has been
That's
telling.
true.
JV, of course, one of the anchors of their defense. Like Barbie, San Andres, of course, one of their producers, Labide. And there's a buoyant spirit on the VNS side as they see an opportunity to take this game right here, right now. They have a 7-point lead. They've scored the last 4 points of this 4th. Apolinario's back as setter, elevates it, regalo. And Coach Del Moro needs to huddle up his team, down by 8 right now.
Guys, malayo pa yan. Ha? May pasa naman. Pag binigay sa inyo, gawan ng paraan. May bitaw. Kapitan nyo, no? Kapit lang, kapit. Go, go.
VNS threatening to end it right here, right now. And if they hold on, they will jump up to 3 and 4. A game and a half behind Navy, but leaving them in contention. You're right. Pagka nagkahulog-hulog yung mga
That's
team
right.
sa unahan, baka may chances. There's a strike. It finds its way by number 14 of the Navigators. That's Nur Siddiq. Polinario. That is going to work for... This guy has come off the bench and delivered. Villa Cruces.
Of course, if you're Coach Ralph, that's what you would want. You know, kung sino man yung hugutin mo, pinasok mo sa loob, you would deliver. And the players actually na nanggaling off the bench, like Villa Cruces, Labida, they've been contributing.
Great, magulab na setter. The guy down.
A little confusion.
Nagkagulo, na-excite. 21-14 ang ating bilang here. Blocked. Lead is 6. VNS, you're not out of the woods yet. William Moore. Labide wants it. Gets that to go in. Nung pagtanggap pa lang niya ng bola, alam mo sa kanya pupunta. Segi returns, pulls out Labide.
VNS just 3 points away for getting a win.
Adao. That punches through. Santa Maria taking care of business there, seeing that small space in the block. We're at 22-16. Dainata, but this is blocked. Elevated, Villacruz's good strike by mga Lubnan. And cleanly hit. Himzon knocking that down.
The Navigators slowly climbing their way up.
Trying to get out of this hole that they're in right now. 5-point deficit. There's Cruz.
Excellent quick hit.
This guy can deliver. He's not even a starter.
He's really making the most out of the minutes given to him.
You're right, huh? Again, Titus Villacruz is serving. Malakas talaga siya pumalo. Apolinario setting up this shot, but we arrive at match point. That is missed. And they have 7 match points to spare.
It was actually almost a good hit for
Yes.
Himzon. Sumobra lang at nag-outside.
Kapiraso actually, no? Huh? Home run.
But he can be forgiven. They are at match point.
1 match point save.
Still quite a comfortable lead, although they can't be too complacent either.
Yep. Might as well end it now if you're
Right, that's right.
VNS. Hello, miss. And that's 2 match points lost.
Trying to be creative with that last play.
Kuminsan yung pagsasara mahirap eh. Yung last point. Kept up, Dainata. Now a free ball coming up. Point ng free ball. Anong free ball?
No such thing as a free ball.
And Medino, who has played so well with 8 points, delivers the killing blow. And good recovery by VNS after losing that second set, Ivy.
That's right. And it was quite a shaky play for VNS in the second set, but they did well playing third and fourth.
And that'll do it. When we return, we're going to talk with our best player of the game. And we'll take a very short break as we take a look at the final stat line.
makita pa po for sana yan.
You're back here in the Spiker Surf Invitational Conference live in the Inares Sports Arena. So between two teams fighting for their spot in the semis, it is the VNS who wins our match for today. With me is our best player of the game, KD Dainata, with 18 points, 12 attacks, 5 blocks, and 10 receptions. First, KD, congratulations on the match. So first question, balikan natin yung game. So nanalo kayo sa first, second, and fourth set, pero lumaban ang D-Navigator sa set 2. So para sa'yo, saan kayo nahirapan sa set 2?
Feeling ko po yung sa nahirapan po kami sa seto is yung hindi kami nakapag-start ng maganda ulit. Kasi every time na nagte-training kami, yun po yung pinaka pinapractice namin at all, na dapat maganda po yung simula para at the end, tuloy-tuloy lang po kami. So, feeling ko po nahirapan kami sa makapag-recover agad. Yun, kasi since halos lahat po kami mga bata. But ayun, bumawi naman po kami yung third and fourth set and yun, nakuha namin yung win na to.
Yes, Katie.
Yes,
You mentioned maturity, consistency. So, VNS is down to the last few games in the elimination round. So, para sa'yo, ano yung mga gusto mo pang makita sa mga susunod yung laro?
Siguro, abangan nyo po kung paano mas maging matapang pa yung team BNS, lalo na mga bata pa po ang mga players, halos lahat. And ayun, sisiguraduhin lang po namin na maganda lang po yung ipapakita namin palagi. And ayun, we will play as mature player po.
Very well said. Once again, that was Katie Dainata of the VNS team winning our second game of this Sunday match. Now, sending it back to you, Sir Sev and Ivy.
Maraming salamat, Julie. At itong big win by VNS helps improve their chances to try to make it to the next round.
That's right. So while it's not yet assurance for them because they need to win the remaining games that they have, and again, sabi nga natin kanina, no, it will also depend sa mga nasa ibabaw, yung standings ng teams ahead of them. But there's a chance, so they really have to work on the experience that they've got or they gained from this game against the Navigators. And here are the numbers for set number 4. VNS outperforming the Navigators in all of the different scoring departments. So this time around, medyo patas ang pinamigay na punto. 6 errors each given by both teams. But, we really commend the young ones, no? Kasi talagang dito, yung test of character nila talagang
nabuo yung loob nila.
Yeah, that's right.
Well said, Ivy Remulla, and thank you for joining us, as well as Jerry Medina. Zef Sarmenta here saying stay around, because this is a delicious one. FPU DNL Ultras up against the Crisscross King Crunchers. Gonna be something to look forward to as we continue to blend power and passion here in the Spikers turf.